In the golden haze of post-war Hollywood, where dreams of stardom lured the young and hopeful, Elizabeth Short arrived with stars in her eyes. Dubbed the Black Dahlia for her raven hair and penchant for dark attire, the 22-year-old from Massachusetts chased fame amid the glitz of Tinseltown. But on a foggy January morning in 1947, her body was discovered in a vacant lot, mutilated in ways that shocked even hardened detectives. Severed at the waist, drained of blood, and posed like a macabre mannequin, her murder became Hollywood's darkest secret, a grisly fate that exposed the underbelly of glamour and vice. Decades later, in 2025, new theories and books promise breakthroughs. But the question lingers: who sliced the Dahlia, and why does the truth remain buried? Stay with me as we peel back the layers, because this story's twists might just reveal a killer closer to the spotlight than you think. Elizabeth Short's journey to tragedy began innocently enough. Born in 1924 in Hyde Park, Massachusetts, she was the third of 5 daughters in a working-class family. Her father abandoned them during the Great Depression, faking his suicide before resurfacing years later. Elizabeth, plagued by asthma, sought warmer climes, bouncing between Florida, California, and back east. By 1943, she was in Santa Barbara, working as a clerk at Camp Cook, now Vandenberg Space Force Base, where her striking looks earned her the title Camp Cutie. Arrested once for underage drinking, she was sent home, but the allure of Hollywood called her back. In 1946, Short settled in Los Angeles, crashing on friends' couches and scraping by with odd jobs as a waitress. She frequented nightclubs like the Florentine Gardens and the Crown Grill, rubbing shoulders with aspiring actors and shady figures. Rumors swirled. Was she involved in prostitution? Friends insisted no, she was just a dreamer, sending headshots to agents, hoping for a break. Her nickname, Black Dahlia, came from a play on the 1946 film noir The Blue Dahlia, whispered among bar patrons who noted her black outfits and flower accessories. But beneath the facade, Short confided fears to friends, stalkers, unwanted advances in a city teeming with predators. Then, on January 15, 1947, the horror unfolded. In the developing suburb of Lamont Park, housewife Betty Bersinger was pushing her toddler in a stroller when she spotted what looked like a discarded mannequin in the weeds. Drawing closer, she realized it was a woman's body, naked, bisected cleanly at the waist, arms raised above her head in a pose of surrender. The lower half lay a foot away, legs spread. The corpse was drained of blood, washed clean, with no traces at the scene. Most chilling, a Glasgow smile carved from ear to ear, her mouth stuffed with grass. Autopsy revealed torture, bruises, cigarette burns, and signs of sexual assault. The cause of death? Hemorrhage from facial lacerations and shock from the blows. She'd been dead about 10 hours, killed elsewhere, and dumped. The press exploded. The Los Angeles Examiner dubbed her the Black Dahlia, sensationalizing every detail. Reporters intercepted telegrams to her family, even paying for her mother's train ticket to LA for exclusive interviews. Over 50 men confessed, but all were cleared. The LAPD, under pressure, interviewed hundreds, chasing leads from her last sighting on January 9th at the Biltmore Hotel, where she met a mysterious man. Her suitcase, found at a bus station, contained photos and letters, but no clues. As investigators dug, Hollywood's shadows deepened. Short had connections to the elite. She dated Mark Hansen, owner of the Florentine Gardens, who let her stay at his home. Theories linked her to mobsters like Bugsy Siegel or surgeons with the skill to bisect a body so precisely. One prime suspect, George Hodel, a brilliant but twisted physician. Hodel ran in surrealist circles, friends with Man Ray, and hosted orgies at his Soudan house, a Mayan-inspired mansion now infamous. His secretary claimed he bragged about murders. His own daughter accused him of incest and abuse. In 1949, police bugged his home, capturing chilling audio. Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia. They couldn't prove it now. Hodel fled to Asia in 1950, dying in 1999 without charges. But was Hodel the one? His son, retired LAPD detective Steve Hodel, has spent decades arguing yes. In his 2003 book, Black Dahlia Avenger, updated in 2025 with new evidence, Steve claims soil samples from the crime scene match Sowden House's yard. Handwriting analysis ties George to taunting letters sent to police, signed Black Dahlia Avenger. A 2025 edition reveals alleged links to other murders like the 1947 Chicago lipstick killer case, suggesting a serial pattern. Critics dismiss it as bias. Steve's a former cop with a personal stake. But in October 2025, he announced the truth wasn't lost, it was buried, promising documents proving LAPD cover-ups. Other theories abound. Was it a botched abortion? Short was rumored pregnant and back alley procedures were common. Or a crime of passion. Ex-boyfriend Robert Manley drove her to the Biltmore but passed the polygraph. Some point to Leslie Dillon, a bellhop with insider knowledge. Or even a woman, jealous of Short's beauty. In 2025, Eli Frankel's book, Sisters in Death, connects Short to Jean Spangler, another aspiring actress who vanished in 1949 after mentioning a Kirk, perhaps actor Kirk Douglas, cleared long ago. Frankel argues a network of Hollywood predators, including doctors and fixers, preyed on starlets, with LAPD corruption bearing evidence to protect the industry's image. The grisly details fueled the myth. Short's body showed surgical precision, bisected with the hemicorpectomy technique taught in medical schools. Her organs were intact, blood absent, suggesting a tiled room for drainage. Posed like a surrealist art piece, it echoed Man Ray's Minotaur. Media frenzy turned her into a symbol, the innocent devoured by Hollywood's machine. Films like The Black Dahlia, 2006, and documentaries kept the fire alive, but facts blurred into fiction. By the 1970s, the case file ballooned to thousands of pages, yet leads dried up. In 2013, a cadaver dog hit on Sowden House's basement, but no dig ensued. DNA tech advanced. Testing her clothing in 2020 yielded profiles, but no matches in databases. As of November 2025, Boulder Labs, ironically tied to the John Bonet cases, are re-examining samples with genetic genealogy, the tool that nabbed the Golden State Killer. Steve Hodel claims a breakthrough, familial DNA linking to his father's line, but officials stay mum. What secrets does Hollywood still hide? Was Short a victim of the werewolf killer, as the papers called it, or a pawn in a larger web? In 2025, with AI reconstructing crime scenes and podcasts like Root of Evil, featuring Hodel descendants, gaining traction, closure feels tantalizingly close. Yet doubts persist. Did LAPD botch it on purpose? Rumors of a blue book listing elite clients and sex rings include names like Orson Welles. As we wrap this dive into the Dahlia's doom, ponder. If George Hodel was the monster, why no arrest? Or is the darkest secret that multiple hands played a part? Elizabeth Short deserved stardom, not slaughter. Her story warns of teams turned deadly in the City of Angels. If this chilled you, subscribe to Hidden Crime Stories for more unearthed enigmas. What's your theory? Hodel or hidden Hollywood elite? Comment below. Stay watchful. Fame's price can be fatal.